Diddles and jelly spoons, Tim down for living with MS in Tenerife. It's 5:55. Well, my friends, my name's Tim down for living with MS in Tenerife. Roll intro. Well, that was amazing that we got on here on time, I tell you. First of all, internet went down. It's still down, in fact, so I'm using my outdoor system. So it's the same system as if I was outdoor. Even the phones are down, and I don't know why that is. I got people messaging me as if I've got nothing better to do. And I can't get hold of the people I need to get hold of. What a bloody shame. Anyway, we're here with my beautiful wife, Christine. There she is.
Hello.
And I'm hoping we got the right microphones on. Yes, we do. And it was amazing. The wind's blowing. I've got a curtain, not a curtain, what's it called? An umbrella.
An umbrella.
To,
hope it doesn't fly away.
I've got it sort of trapped with a wooden board and the mic stand there behind it, so it should be all right. Unless we get a really bad wind. There you go. We've only got one person who's registered for tonight's chat, but if you want to register, it's not too late. You can go to timothydowd.com/live and just register that you're going to come on. The reason I'm doing that these days is because I want to collect your email address so that it stops people coming in and showing their bums and stuff like that, you know, because you've got to have a valid email address to get the thing there. I know that you can just go in and create an email address at Hotmail or something like that. What I might do is just say you're not allowed to use Hotmail accounts, but that would put all those of you with Hotmail or Google Mail out of the problem, wouldn't it? Anyway, so if you want to come on and say hello, we've got our headphones here, which I'm going to plug in right now. What's up with you, Chris? Everything all right, apart from me swearing at you?
Yep. Everything's alright apart from that. And we got our parcel from the north.
Oh, we got our parcel from the north. I don't think we told them, did we? Did we tell them last week we're going to get a parcel? We're going to get a parcel from the north.
From the German shop.
From the German shop, which is you right here. That one. There you go. You'd have to put it on now because there's nobody on. And we'll put it on as people come in. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening. All my phones and my internet is through Data DAS, and I couldn't even get hold of them. I mean, it was 5 o'clock when I called, so it's 5 o'clock on a Monday. I don't know whether they got that, and I can't find the internet where it says what the service is like. I mean, they're sure that everybody should have like a status page, shouldn't they? So if anybody can tell me this status page for Serviphone. It's Craig saying, what parcel? Basically, there is a German wholesaler in the north of the island, because lots of Germans in the north, and there's a German wholesaler called Drexler, DREXLER.com, I think it is. Drexler, Maria Drexler, and they sell German produce wholesale. So they sell them to German restaurants and bars and what have you. And so we ordered 2 crates of alcohol-free beer, and we also ordered a couple of bottles of schnapps, and we bought a bottle for Egon as well, who's one of our neighbours. And Chris got some nice sauces that we can't get here. What was that? Oh, upcoming event, Balcony Banter, there you go.
Like a bit fruity they are.
Yeah, they're like mango fruit sauces. It's like, you know, like sweet and sour sauce, but with mango and pineapple, and the other one was just mango, wasn't it? And you also got some Brotaufstriche.
See.
So special sandwich spreads, if you like, that you can't get here. So we got those. So it was mostly just the schnapps and the alcohol-free beer. The guy delivering it says, you know, you bought a load of bottles of alcohol, you know, schnapps. I said, yeah. He said, you know, the beers doesn't have alcohol in it. I said, that's for the wife. Although I am going to have one too tonight. There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So it's 6 o'clock. Don't forget, we'll be opening the doors around about 6:30. In the meantime, we're going to find out what you guys are saying. So here is the commentarios. Let's turn off the live show. Daniel's Adventures down the bottom there. Let's go right to the top. And Mark Sweeney, booked a walk tomorrow, but not sure it registered. Yes, it did. I can't find your number on WhatsApp. I got a new phone. Can you pop me a message? Well, it depends whether you've changed your phone or not. I'll send it to the one that you put in the message. But yes, it's picking you up at 8:30 if we're going somewhere else. 8:30 at Paloma Beach, or 9 o'clock if we're walking from Paloma Beach. So, but I'll message you after this. Other people have been messenger. I'll read your stuff and message after this. Martin Voss, Craigie C's on. Derek's on. Rob's on. Daniel's Adventures on. Evening, Tim and lovely Christina. Hope you're both well. And how is Stephanie? Yeah, give Stephanie a plug. How's Stephanie?
Stephanie's doing a lot better. She's still very tired.
She is very tired, isn't she?
And after all the children, it's not too much for her, I guess.
I think she's just got to take it easy. Her husband's home still, so that's good. So what she's going to do, let's do that.
But the little Amari's gonna start
kindergarten
next week.
Yeah, so that's going to be a help for her, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the 5th, I think it is. Is that Monday?
Yeah.
It's the 5th Monday, so Monday this is starting. But the thing is, they don't just send them and say off you go to kindergarten, do they? One of the parents has got to stay there until they feel comfortable to be left alone. So the easiest thing is like cut off and chuck them in, and
that's what it was like in the old days.
In the old days, it was, yeah. It was.
I
like,
remember I went home crying in my car
when you took Stephanie, yeah?
Stephanie.
Where was that? The Wyndham Development Center in Richmond, Virginia.
She screamed and screamed, and she didn't want to stay there with all the kids that don't English.
She didn't want to speak English, did she?
And then they just grabbed her and went to me, go home, leave.
They were kidnapping kids back in the 90s, there you go.
Sat in my car, crying my eyes out.
Boo-hoo, plop, plop. Roger and Christine Channing are on. Evening, Tim and Christine, watching with my grandchildren, Georgie and Charlie. Hiya, Georgie and Charlie. Behave yourselves for Grandad. Joanne Early's on. Marialty's on. Daniel, we did. Paul Dexter's on. Marie, Daniel, Craig. Julie Wade's on. Vinny's on. Hey, 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 you funky fun people. Oh, and Tim. That's getting old, Vinny. That's getting old. Trisha's on. Dave Butler. I love you, Butler. Julie Wade's on. Daniel. Rob, have you all been following the power out news in Europe today? I think that's why my phone's not working, because I think what's happened, first of all, my VPN was going over Madrid and that stopped working, and then we had a power outage here, but that was because I was cooking with 2 hobs on 9 and I turned the kettle on, so it was just it just flipped. But since then, last night, I've had a bit of a problem. We've had no power outages here, have we? Although the water's being turned off in the morning at 9 o'clock. But it should be back on by the time you get up, by the time I get back home. So at the moment, I have been looking at it, but at the moment it's not actually affecting us unless it's something to do with the internet. But what I don't understand is when I turn the Wi-Fi off and I go onto my phone, I've only got 3G. So that's also through Data DAS, but it goes on the Yoigo network, which is part of the network that we used to be on, which is, I don't know. So it's a sublet of a sublet of the phones, so I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. So Rob, Marie, Gary Taylor, evening Tim and Christine, hope you're both okay. We're actually better than we were, but I've still got the slip disc. Well, it's a bi-herniated disc in between the L4 and the L5. What's he called? Hang on, let me find out what I've got. It's all in Spanish, so I'll translate it to English for you. So let's go on here. Let's get the thing. Informe radiologo. So let's copy all this. Conclusion. Copy. Go to Google Translate. Spanish to English. Okay, the radiology report. An axial CT scan of the lumbar spine was performed with contiguous sections from the dorsal hinge to the sacral region and multiplanar reconstructions. The image shows disc disease with bilateral disc protrusion in the L4-L5 interspace, comprising and stenosing the anterior epidural space. No images of bone disruptions or disc protrusions that could compromise the root emergencies at the other levels were observed. The multiplanar reconstructions show the described abnormalities. Conclusion: examination consistent with bilateral disc herniation with associated disc disease in the L4-L5 interspace. So I'm going to copy that and put it through ChatGPT. Can you please simplify this? Paste. So let's see what the simple version is. 2 words, oh no, hang on, it's writing some more. A CT scan of the lower back lumbar spine was done, showing the following: the disc damage at L4-L5 level with disc bulging out on both sides. This bulging is pressing into the front part of the space around the spinal cord, anterior epidural space, and narrowing it. No bone breaks or other disc problems were found at other levels. The findings were confirmed by images taken from different angles. There's a disc herniation on both sides at L4-L5, along with signs of disc disease. Would you like an even shorter explanation? I think I know what the shorter explanation is going to be. It's going to be 2 words. Yuff. Anyway, so yeah, that's what me. Christine obviously has got MS, which is another degenerative disease. So we're just falling to bits, basically, aren't we, kid?
Yeah.
But we're quite happy because we've got a little bit of food, we got a little bit of love, we got a wonderful family, and we got great people to talk to on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:55. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tim, this is Chris. We go live at 5:55 Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Monday is Balcony Banter, where you can come in by going to timothydow.com/live and registering to come in. It sends you automatically a link, and that link brings you straight into our interview panel, and you can come on, just say hello. You don't have to stay on the whole time. You can just come on and put a name to the face, or a face to the name, as we should say. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go out of the MacMaster character now and come back to Timmy Baby. There you go, Timmy Baby. Anne-Marie's on. Hi, Anne-Marie. Craig, evening, Anne-Marie. Vinny's on again. How you doing? Daniel, Dave Butler, Julie Wade, Anne-Marie. Louise Parks is on. Hi, Louise. Thank you so much for all your support. Reality. Richard Edwards is on. Good evening. Nice and warm here in Wales. Was it 15 degrees, is it? My sister's in North Wales, and she said it was about 18 degrees the other day. She was out in her shorts. Vinny, Joanne. Una Mines, evening, Tim and Christina. Big power outage in Spain and Portugal. Yeah, I'm hoping it's my phone's going to be better. Because the guy who delivered the parcel today couldn't reach me. But then I took his phone and typed my number in, and it reached me. So I reckon he just typed the wrong number in myself. Has Mark registered for tomorrow? Walk, he said, to start alive. He did register, and I got it. I just haven't replied to him, basically. Tim, there's been an outage in Spain, Portugal, so maybe to do with that, says Tricia, shouting her head off. If you put it in all caps, it's you shouting. Hi, Louise. Evening, Julie. Tim has been crushed by my show burn. Just a minute. Tim has just crushed my show my burn plans. Oh my God. Oh, show my bum. That was good. That was good. Pardon? That was good. Because I said I wanted to stop people showing their bums. JBM's on. Hi, Jay. Kev Weaver's on. Louise Parks again. Jimmy England's on. David Butler. Did you hear all Spain and Portugal have total power outs? No phones, etc. Yeah. That's in France as well, I believe. Southern France as well. And they're not ruling out cyber attacks, but I think that's just the Canarian Weekly giving you a bit of gossip. They're not ruling out cyber attacks. They're also not ruling out rabid rabbits. They haven't ruled that out either. Or unicorns going apeshit. They've not ruled that out either. Okay. Total blackout. Well, it's a sort of a whiteout if it's daytime, isn't it, I suppose? Louise Parks. Rocky Earth guy. Hi, Tim, Christine, everyone from sunny Berkshire. Berkshire. There you go. Sun Chasers is on. Julie J, Daniel, Marie, David, Greg, Daniel, Rob. Benidorm will be in the dark tonight. Cash only. I suppose that might be interesting, wouldn't it? In 9 months from tonight, there's going to be lots of little babies popping up, I should imagine. Sharon Gamble. Spain and Portugal has a power outage this afternoon. Thank you, Sharon. Ian the Volley King's on. Hi, everyone. Una Mines. Everybody's talking amongst themselves. I wish we had a talk amongst yourself channel. Do you hear about the power outage in the mainland, says Daniel. I must be way behind because I've mentioned it about 200 times now. Una, 6:30. Adam, yes, 6:30. Dave Mulready's on, right, Davey, baby. Julie, Emma, Craig, Daniel, Marie. Cool photos, Dave Mulready. Adam, 6:30. Yep. Did you know, Tim, alcohol-free beer gives off the same fumes? Alcohol-free beer gives off the same fumes.
Same lit, same. Same food.
Fumes, the smell.
Yeah.
Yep.
That good or bad?
I have no idea. What a great day. I'm getting new pup on the 9th of May, says Marialty. There you go. That'll stop you going on holiday for a few years. Adam, Con Lynch. Hello, Chris and Tim. First person that says Chris and Tim. Well done, Con Lynch. You've gone up in Christina's esteem. There you go.
You.
Louise Parks is on. JBM is on. Con Lynch. Nice and sunny here in Cork. Cork by Con Lynch. The Greens Adventures. I got your messages, Greens Adventures. I haven't managed to look at anything yet, but I did get your messages. I'll look at it later. In fact, let's just share that. I pressed the link, but I didn't look at it just now. Where are we? History. Greens Adventures. Here we go. Share. Copy link. And we'll paste it on here. So go and take a look at that afterwards. Oh, I've gone all the way at the bottom now. Green's Adventures, Daniel's Adventures, Living the Dream, Edinburgh. I was way behind. Living the Dream, Daniel Orcus. Got your confirmation for another meetup in August. Yep, we saw that. Thanks. One thing will slip over and Vinny because he's drunk. Vinny, hello. Flower. Ian Avelican, just want to say hi to any new subscribers. Everyone is welcome here. Be a good to see you chatting to Tim at 6:30. Yep, don't forget to come on at 6:30. All you got to do is send a message to go to timothydow.com/live and then press the button for today, and it'll automatically send you the link that you can come in at 6:30, which is in about 15 minutes, I would imagine. Adam's on, travel, hey dudes. Green's Adventures 90. Okay, I think we've caught up with that lot. So Ian Volliking, we did that one. Let's look at the big ones, Tim, the only thing we did that one. Orcus Whaling, evening Craig. Tim, got a confirmation for another meetup in August at the Monte Cristo. Yep, sir, as long as I'm alive, everything's okay. Anne-Marie, Daniel, if I've missed somebody, I apologize. Oh, living the dream. Evening, everybody. Vinny, Craig, Dave Moridi, did all that, Sun Chasers. Peter Glennon. Hi, Tim and Christine, hope you're both well. The issue may be a result of the power outages in Spain. Good shout, good shout. I think everybody's thinking that. I don't want to turn anything off to check because obviously we'll just lose the stream. What I'm using now is my old Lobster Sim. Well, not old, it's the one I normally have. In fact, I've got to take it out of the sun because in case it overheats. Oh, it's all right. It's in the wind, so it should be okay. I've got it on the balcony there, so it should be okay. There we go. Okay. Vinny, living the dream. Sorry guys, didn't hear you then. I've got the mics plugged in. Louise Parks. When I was 25 and still serving in the military, I had L3, L4 and L5 disc bulging, which resulted in the bulge touching my spinal cord. I required surgery to fuse the spine with 2 metal rods. Oh, I don't want to go surgery. If I can avoid surgery, that would be best. The only thing is I got to use my spine every day to pick Christina up and put her down. I do actually have a specialist appointment sometime in August, I think. Welcome. Unable to connect to the server of the Canary Islands. So I think a lot of people are affected by this. Are we on? Connecto? No connecto? Connecto? No connecto? Looks like we're not connecting. Unable to connect to the server of the Canary Islands Health Service. Oh dear. Yeah, so it looks like it's not just me. And toy for Lobster, who seem to be okay with it. Yeah, I hope I don't need an operation. On the 158 now subscribers, says Daniel. Cool, dude. Let's see if we can get to 200. Go to Daniel's Adventures. If you just click on his name there, I think you can go straight to his channel and subscribe. You don't have to do anything else. Louisa Parks is in. Vinny, living the dream. Haha, Vinny. Edinburgh and beyond. Michael's on. Cool, dude. Are you going live again tonight, Michael? Tina Rigby. Hi, Tina. Thank you for all your support as well. Rocky Earth Guy, Daniel's Adventures. Richard Edwards, 20 degrees today. Oh, it's not too bad. End of April. I remember in Germany, it used to snow at the end of April, didn't it?
Sometimes it did, yeah.
Sometimes it snowed at the end of April, yeah. Greens, my subscribers went up due to me having a QR code for our page and also got t-shirts printed with the page and the QR code on them. You know, I don't know anybody who uses a QR code to subscribe apart from me and Webby. What I did is I bought him and me 2 cards that track your your wallet, and on it is a QR code that takes you to a thing called Sherrit, SHERR.IT, Sherrit, and there you can put in anything you want. So you put your YouTube, your Facebook, whatever link you want in there, your website. I recommend that. And I got them from Rolling Square. Rolling Square. We'll have a look at the website in a minute. I'm not affiliated with them, but I'm really pleased with their products. So Daniel, the greens, how do you set the QR code up? There's lots of ways setting up a QR code. There's a free app where you can do that and just connect it and use a short code. But if you buy one of these tracking devices, especially the one with the card that fits in your wallet, then you can just show the QR code on the card, and the card actually does also have one of those near field sensors. The only thing is a lot of people don't like that because they think you're stealing money off them if you got a near field sensor. Talking about rabid rabbits, locally they've stopped feeding the rabbits mixed toasties. The old jokes are the best. Edinburgh Beyond, did you hear about the power outage, Tim? No, that's amazing. Only about 500 people above you. Proving I get to Tenerife for November. It's all good. Providing, okay, yeah. New ones ordered, Craig. Set number 6. Good afternoon, says Crispy. Sun Chaser living the dream. I think we're going to finish this in a minute. There's me again. Marks has cyber attack here. We were warned months ago these things will happen. There you go. Sun Chaser. Yeah, heard of Rode ones. They meant to be pretty good from what I've watched. The microphones that we use are the DJI Mic 2. They've also got the DJI Mini. And the only difference between the DJI Mic 2 and the DJI Mini, apart from price obviously, is that this will record internally 32-bit float. So if you want to record something, you just got to press the little red button there and it'll record internally. So you don't need to connect it to anything. You just press the red button and record what you want, and you can do a film with your phone or with a camera or whatever, and then you just connect them up in post. The other thing you can do is Bluetooth to a phone or your Pocket 3, the DJI Pocket 3. It'll actually connect, this actually connects Bluetooth to my Insta360 360 camera as well, and my phone and my Pocket 3. So that's pretty good. The Rode ones, I had a set of those, and they only connect Bluetooth to Rode products. You can't connect them to anything else. And also the latest generation is probably the best, but they are a lot more expensive, I think. So if you don't have any other Rode products, I recommend the DJI mics, and the quality is the same. And I can't see any difference in the quality between Rode and the DJI. DJI mics are standalone, connects to anything, including Insta360, an iPhone, an Android phone, your computer, and also the DJI products as a whole, obviously. The Rode only really connects Bluetooth to Rode, although you can plug the receiver in with a wire. You can also plug the receiver of the DJI in with a wire to a camera or something like a DSLR or something like that. So if you're looking for microphones, I do recommend DJI, and I do recommend the DJI Mic 2 set or the DJI Mic Mini set. The DJI Mic 2 set you can also buy them individually. So you buy these for €99, just one on its own, or you can buy that and I can't pick this up, I don't think, no. And the receiver, you can buy a one mic, one receiver pair, which is what I did, because I got one free with the Pocket 3 kit, the Creator Kit Pocket 3. I got this one free, and then I wanted one for Chris, and I could have just bought one for €99, but the local shop was selling that and a receiver, and so I'm using that now, so I don't have to use Bluetooth to this thing. Yeah. The problem is with the DJI mics, if you connect them to anything else Bluetooth, you have to reconnect them to the Pocket 3 afterwards. It's not a problem, it's just an extra step you've got to do. So, but if you're in the market for a mic, especially one that you just want to clip on yourself, magnetic, I would recommend the DJI Mic 2 or the DJI Mic Mini. Anyway, end of that. DJI, if you're listening. That's another one. You heard a road. Dream. Faulty sets of DJI. Hope the next set is sorted. Oh dear. Oh, I've just been praising DJI and people are having problems with them. Okay. Tim, where are your glasses? On top of my head. Daniel, as always, carry cash, just in case. Chris Godfrey's on. Daniel, Anne-Marie, Louise, JBM, everybody's talking about some cells here. Let's get to the bottom here. Thank you. Hi, Shirley. It's been lovely here today. Says living the dream. Tim, I'm 5 subs off 700. So let's get. Is that on YouTube or Instagram? Moreno Cubanito, I think that the first time I seen you drink water. How much water do you drink a day, Tim? This is actually tonic zero with a lime cordial in it. Yeah. And water, whenever Christina has a drink, I'll drink the rest of the bottle. Although today I haven't done that.
Ugh.
No. So I usually drink maybe, I don't know, 2 litres of water and 4 litres of beer. But I'm cutting down on the beer again. I've started doing my daily vlogs again on the YouTube Shorts, and I've also started counting my calories again because I weighed myself this morning and I'm not happy. I'm back up to 111. I was down to 107 when I'm back up to 111.1. So 1111, and I'm going to put a new battery in it because I think that might just be an error code or something like that. But that's another story. So yeah, you'll be seeing me. The only time I'm going to drink beer this week is on Freaky Friday. Chris is on. Edinburgh, GBM, JBM, Chris. Sorry, in the background eating my tea. Michelle's on. Magnatronus. I have a camera in my apartment in Callao. It's currently offline, assuming that's part of the sunspot issue. It could also be sunspots, you're right. But I think it's, I actually think that it's part of the, you mean that the sunspots are causing the power outage in Spain, maybe? Okay, that's good. As I say, I do have lobster, and that's working fine at the moment, fingers crossed. You're living the dream. We're crackling. Any tips on gain settings? We are joined a good live yesterday on a live test. Right, the crackling on the mics. If you have 2 mics, you can't go live. So that's I've already done a video about that. So the way to go live is just 1 mic. That was my problem on Friday when I was walking home with the DJI, 2 DJI mics on. I forgot to turn the other one off. So if you are live and you're got 2 mics running, then one will interfere with the other. I don't know why. I've talked to DJI about it, and they can't. They don't acknowledge the issue, to tell you the truth. But it is a fact that if you're live, you can't use 2 mics over Bluetooth. We're using 2 mics now because I've plugged the receiver into the computer. So you can do that. The other thing you can do is use 2 mics where the receiver's plugged into the Pocket 3. So that works, but you just can't have 2 mics connected Bluetooth and also live on the Pocket 3. It's a shame, but there you go. DJI had issues with the new iPhone 16. I've managed to solve that, or they've managed to solve that, because mine worked perfectly the other day. DJI Mini Europe version is the only one that has background noise removal, as I have European one and a UK one. Okay, didn't know that. We're going to try Rode. Okay, DJI Max don't work with Samsung phones. Okay. Great to see you both. Thank you so much, Gordon. Coming over soon. Is it worth me getting Apple MacBook Pro M4 chip 250 gigabyte or 1 terabyte? Daniel, if you're getting a MacBook, M4 Pro is overkill unless you're rendering 3D videos. So for what I use it for, the Pro, you don't really need it. An M1 or an M2 is just as good. I've got an M2 MacBook Air doing all this one, and I've got 16 gig RAM. I think it's 16 gig RAM. Let's have a quick look. If I can find where my cursor is, there it is. Bang, about this Mac. I've got an Apple M2 16 gigabyte running Sequoia 15.4.1, and that's good enough for me. I can do everything really. So the MacBook Pro M4 is a massive overkill unless you are rendering 3D renders on the thing here. You know, if you're using what's the 3D thing, Blender or something like that. So the internal storage 512 is probably good enough if you're not going to put if you are going to put all your apps on an external drive. So if you do get a decent Thunderbolt cable and you get a decent external drive, then it doesn't matter. I got a terabyte for the simple reason is I didn't want to have to plug anything in. MacBook Pro is interesting because it's got an HDMI out and it's got a lot more USB ports. I've only got 2 ports. One of them is taken up with the extra monitor for Chris, and then the other ones I've got a, what's it called? I've got a Conceptionic or whatever it's called, Conceptronic 4-port Thunderbolt extender, which has got 3 ports of 10 gigabyte USB, and one is a 10 gigabyte USB with power delivery, so you can plug something in that needs power. Anyway,
we should open the things now for people.
For people, is it 6:30? 6:32. Let me just finish up the end of here. Tricia, does anyone like Google Mail? Set up change today, and I don't like it. I don't use Google. I use Google Mail, but I go into it through an app. So I use my Mail app on the Apple, and then I just connect to Google Mail. So if you don't like Google Mail's interface, you can use any mail interface you like and just go in and get the mail from Google. Adam is saying, yep. Keep going, Tim, keep going. While you're in Tech Talk, is there the best brand external drive and download from iMac? Surely. I use a Samsung T7, and that's a 1 terabyte Samsung T7, and it comes with the cable that you need to plug in, because the cable's important. It's not just the hard drive or the peripheral. It's the cable is very important. So not all USB cables are the same, and so but I do recommend a Samsung. You can also get the what's it called, SanData, that little one with the keyring thing. Those are pretty good as well. But I've got the Samsung T7. Darren's Adventure, hold on, Shirley, 6:30, soon, Adam, soon. Living the dream, your answer in a second. Different place to delete. Use the originate delete button. It removes all messages from that company. Oh, I don't know about that. You should have been on our live last night, says Living the Dream. I didn't. Well, it's not that I don't work at the weekends, but I promised Chris I wouldn't do anything at the weekends with YouTube. But if you want me to come on, just send me a message.
And we always have our neighbour coming up.
Yeah, we got visitors, and Donna comes up for dinner. So we got guests Saturday and Sunday every week. Use a MacBook Air M1 chip 2020, Final Cut Pro, 1 terabyte better. Often run out of storage space due to large video size. Yep, that is also true. That is also true. All you got to do if you want to work with an external drive is to make sure that you keep all your data external, and you only install on your hard drive what really needs to be on there. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Adam's getting impatient. Chris Godfrey, Craigie, I have my MacBook, there we go. QQ, use at the moment tablet iPad Pro, Tim. I use an iPad Pro. Okay, cool, dude. You can actually use the Samsung T7 there as well. 6:30. Adam wants to come in. Let's get Adam in. So we're going to put these on now. Hello. There he comes. I'll put Adam in guest number 1 spot. And we'll go to guest. There he is. Hey, Adam. Cool dude. Say hi. Where's the light? It's very dark. Can you hear us? Okay. So if anybody else wants to come in, don't forget to come in at timothydowd.com/live. He's playing the drums. Cool dude. I think we need a digital QQ blog. Yeah. I can put QQ in there. Living the dream. Can Dave pop on Zoom and get a bit of techno advice? Tim. I don't use Zoom anymore, but you can come on here. Tim, we think we need a digital QQ blog. Okay. What am I doing here? Getting rid of that. Going right down the bottom. Light on, Adam. You're in the dark. So what else we got to talk about? What's this? Oh yeah. So I'm just going to respond to Mark Sweeney. W-E-E-N-E.
I can't hear anything.
Here you go. There's nothing happening. Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. Do you want to hear something?
Yeah.
Okay. You are watching. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Cool dude.
Got me now.
So don't forget to come in and go on to timothydowd.com/live and have a chat. It's not Zoom that we're using anymore because that didn't work the other day. So we're using this, what's it called? It's the interview mode of Ecamm Live. That's the one I'm looking for. The interview mode of Ecamm Live. Let me just go over here and click that off. There you go. And there's the interview mode, and that's there he is. Can you hear Adam now? We can hear you now. Cool dude. But where's the lights? Adam put a light on, saying Anne. So somebody else has got to come in, otherwise this doesn't work. And if you want some technical advice, I'm quite happy to do it. In fact, what I'm going to do... I'm going to leave... do you want another drink?
Water.
A water. Okay. I'm going to go and get another drink. I'm going to leave Chris and Adam. See, I'm going to turn him off, actually. Oh, we'll leave him on. Give me 2 seconds.
Just half.
Just half, all right?
Yeah.
So you go ahead and carry on. You can't answer the phone, though.
Something really funny. Oh, yes. The woman who helps us clean the house was here today, and she'll be gone in May, or May, to Argentina.
Anybody else call?
Then Adam spicy Mick.
Eh?
Adam spicy Mick without the looking.
Okay. So tomorrow's walk is with Mark Sweeney and his daughter. So we're going to have a walk around the Rona Gran and then go back to the Market Tavern for a breakfast butty, he says. Am I allowed a breakfast butty at the Market Tavern tomorrow? We'll see. We'll see.
It's your decision.
Eh?
Your decision.
It's my decision. Well, that means I can't have it.
If you can find out how many calories, so tell us.
Uh-huh. I shall find out after how many calories I had. Tonic Zero.
Oh.
I'm sure a bacon butty. A double bacon butty. It is definitely free laughter share therapy, says Shirley. Award-winning YouTube. Dave's having a good time. Glad you said masticating. Oh, Pat Moran's on. Hey, Pat Moran. Thanks so much for all your comments there. I do apologise for mixing you up with Paul Scarth and the other guy who was showing me but the thing was, it wouldn't have been a problem anyway because I can take it. I can take it. But I realise that you're not the type of person, and a lot of people have commented or told me, no, he's a nice guy. So I'd love to meet you, Pat Moran. So next time you're over, don't forget to book a walk or come to Freaky Friday yourself. Cool dude. Tim 111 equals no bacon but. I understand. I'll weigh myself in the morning, and if I'm 110, I can eat a kilo of bacon. Is that right? Does it work like that? Bacon butty. I can confirm the Market Tavern do a fantastic breakfast. I'm not going to have a breakfast, I'm just going to have a bacon butty. Tim, I was on Andrew's live last night. There we go. And chat keeps getting covered by funny still advert things every few minutes. Yeah, that's something new, and we can't turn it off, unfortunately. What we can turn off is when we're doing a live, the live doesn't get interrupted with an advert. I can turn that on, but I don't, because I don't believe in it. I think that if somebody's watching something live, they don't want to miss out. And it doesn't stop for everybody. It doesn't tell me that it stopped either. So I'm not sure whether it actually carries on from the bit you left off and you're slightly behind or not. But anyway, I don't turn that on. But I cannot find a way to turn off the chat adverts. So, yeah, hey ho. Hello, late Tim. And your dear wife. Hi, John. No problem, Tim. You're a good lad. Oh, thank you, sir. Tim, can you get a link says no availability left in April? I can't get on the link. It says no availability left on April. Really? Let's have a quick look at that. I'll just put the link up here. Buff. Copy link. Paste. Just use that link and you can come in. I'm opening, Vinny, if you want to show your bum, that's the link. Cool dude. Didn't get any adverts, as Carol. I'm not sure whether they might just be testing something out, because we got them on Friday, if you remember. Let me just find out why. Go to timothydowd.com. Live. So we got Dave coming in. Buff. We're going to assign him to guest number 1. There's Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hiya, how you doing?
Good, thanks. We're going to go up to here and do that. Well, what happened to...
Right, can you hear us okay?
Yes, we can. We can hear
Yeah, great.
you. We're just going to get... there you go. Get everybody on there. Cool dude. So Dave's down here.
Oh.
Christina's over there, and Adam's there.
Oh, there I am.
So I'm going to mute Adam now, just for fun. There you go. Cool dude. So yeah, you went onto live and you couldn't get in.
Yeah, I wouldn't let her. It was saying there was no dates available for.
You know what it is? I let it go for 10 minutes after the 6:30 time, so you can
Right.
book it 10 minutes afterwards. I think I've got to do half an hour afterwards, haven't I?
All right. I just wanted to talk about my microphone situation.
Yeah, what's happening with that?
I tell you what, I've had an absolute nightmare. It's ever since I bought the iPhone 16 Pro.
Yeah.
I've done a massive amount of research since, and there's obviously a problem between iPhone 16 Pro or Pro Max, and not just, I thought it was just a DJI Mic 2s, but it isn't. The more research I've done, the more I've found out that it's pretty much everything.
Okay.
I've had 2 sets of DJI Mic 2s. The first set, I think, were faulty because we had a massive amount of problems with them.
Did you buy that with the case, the loading case?
I did, yeah. I got the combo pack, yeah. I sent them back, did some more research, and thought maybe I've just got a dodgy set. So I bought some more, and we tried them yesterday, and there was still issues with them, with the volume dropping and that, with them crackling and stuff. Did some more research, and they simply don't work at the moment. So I was talking to a guy from
Just a
Rode.
minute, I've just lost connection with my phone, so if we die, I apologise, okay? Carry on.
Right, you are. So I was talking to a guy this morning at 2:45 this morning from America, from Rode, and I asked him about it. He says, yep, we know all about DJI's problems with the iPhone 16 Pro. I says, have you got the same problem? He says, to be perfectly honest, yes, we have issues, known issues with the new iPhone 16 because of what Apple has done. He says the difference between us and DJI is we're American and we work very closely with Apple. So although there are reported problems with our mics, they are either fixed next time we do a firmware update or next time Apple do an iOS update. So what I said was I'd order some of his mics, which I have, they're coming tomorrow, and I'm going to give them a try. But
how are you connecting the DJI Mic 2s to the phone?
With the transmitter, all the time with the transmitter, because if you do it via Bluetooth, A, the sound isn't as good, and B, you can only connect one mic at a time.
Exactly,
yeah. But people, there's lots and lots of people got DJI Mic 2s, but everyone who's using them successfully is on an iPhone 14 or less. Same, like, so the Night
No,
Strider.
I'm using it on an iPhone fix. I'm on a 15.
Yeah, 15,
Ah,
15's
okay.
fine. It's just a 16 Pro and
Okay.
16 Pro Max. The only person really that I know with an iPhone 16 Pro that is having zero issues with sound is McMaster, and he uses a shotgun mic, the MV88 Plus.
Yeah.
But everybody else with these Lavalier mics, they're having issues, and it is an Apple problem.
Yeah.
But why Apple don't talk to the people who are making products to go with their phones, I don't know. Or why don't they block them from using their products and bring out a mic of their own? It's
Well,
just
they did bring
baffling to
out a
me.
mic of their own. It's the internal mic because the 16 mic is a fantastic mic, you know?
It is. It is. And the trouble, one of the things that they tell you to do is to turn off the spatial, which I've done. I just
Right,
record
right. Yeah.
in stereo now. Because the spatial, although it's fantastic, it just picks up far too much in the background,
And not only that, but
which you
for
don't really
vlogging, I
need.
would only use mono anyway, or what do they call it? Dual channel mono if you're
Yeah,
doing
we
left
use
and
a
right.
dual. We use because we've got. I mean, we don't do anything in post, so everything is just done when I
Right.
record it. I bang it all into iMovies,
Yeah.
edit it, then put it out.
Yeah. So you're
So
better
there's
off
no
recording
real
in
need.
mono if you can.
Yeah, I've tried it in mono, and I've tried it. Basically, the only difference is in mono, it's all recorded on the one track. In Rio, you um,
I think we're losing connection. Are we back?
are you back? Did you
Yeah,
catch
we're
that?
back in the room. Yeah, I think you went on. Basically, what you've got to do with the DJI receiver, you've got to say dual channel mono, I think it's called, and bring that
Yeah,
2 to 1. But what that does, it
yeah.
doesn't put it on one track; it puts it on both tracks. So both mics on both
Right. Yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
So
hmm
you can just still put it into iMovie.
hmm
Although
Oh, yeah.
I would recommend. Are you doing it on an iPad Pro? You said
It's an iPhone 16 Pro.
an iPhone. So
Yes.
you don't use anything like a MacBook or anything like that.
No, no, no.
Then I would seriously recommend getting and learning Luma Fusion.
Right.
Luma Fusion is a fantastic program. It's a paid program, and there are extras you can put in, but you don't need those at the beginning. Luma Fusion, it's called,
hmm
and it's a very easy to use thing. There you go. You get 33% off Moho Fest, Luma Fusion native transitions, your edit shoots. Okay, let's get rid of that. So this is what it looks like. I use it for editing shorts,
Yeah.
and it's really quick, really easy, and you can publish them a movie anywhere you like. Can you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have no issues with iMovie, the editing side of it, and that is
Okay.
no problem. It's literally just the sound.
Yeah, but basically Luma Fusion allows you to do a lot more. It allows you to put music on it, and then you can the talking track you can designate as the primary, and then the
Yeah.
music track will automatically duck. So
Yeah,
so
yeah. I can, but you can do that on iMovie
you
as well.
can.
You know,
All right.
you can add the
I haven't used
music and put
iMovie
it
for
in.
years because I got Final Cut, but
Ah, yes, everybody recommends that. But to be honest, in terms of the editing side of things, iMovie does what it says on the tin. I'm used to using it. It's dead easy. It's
yeah,
just this issue with the sound and DJI. To be fair, DJI that customer service was really good. They give us me money back both times.
yeah.
I think the more or less admitted there was a problem without saying there was a problem. They were more or less saying wait for updates and that kind of thing, you know. But
Yeah, but I don't.
it's a bit annoying.
Apple are pretty arrogant in certain circumstances because they have this
Yeah,
sort of ecosystem that they look after, and I
yeah.
mean, I actually subscribed to an editing suite that basically they live off Apple. They
hmm
create motion graphics for Apple products, so you can only buy it, and it only connects to Final Cut, right?
All right.
Then Apple changed their system and killed it. The whole basic infrastructure of motion VFX was killed in the 3D space overnight. If you upgrade
Apple
it to,
don't care.
yeah, they don't care, and
No.
they've been struggling now for 3 years to get this back. They're trying to get it back. They've got this. They've developed this super fantastic rotoscoping where you can cut out a person of a video and then replace the background, you know?
Excellent.
And that was great. And then 2 seconds later, Apple comes out with the same thing, kills that as well. So
That's
they don't
Apple
care.
for you.
They don't care.
No, they don't. They don't. I mean, the other thing is people have been screaming out for, because as you say, the microphone on the Apple iPhone 16 Pro is excellent, much improved. The camera, we've been asking for a reversible camera for years, and they just won't do it. Why? I don't know. To me, it makes them look stupid when all of the opposition all have reversible cameras on theirs, but Apple won't do it. Bizarre,
What's the reversible camera again?
Well, when you're walking down the street, you can just press a button and reverse it, like you can on a YouTube Live.
Right. Okay.
But on the Apple camera, you can't.
You've got to stop recording first.
You've got to stop recording and then turn the camera around and then start again, which I could do, but it wouldn't be stunting our vlogs, you know.
Rode have got a free app called.
Yeah.
You know it?
Oh, yeah, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. The
But
guy
you can-
mentioned it last night, and I've checked it out. I'm going to download it as soon as the mic's come.
And you
tomorrow.
can do
It looks
2
actually
cameras. You
pretty
can do
good.
front and back
You
camera at the
can.
same time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
right.
will actually connect to your Rode microphones.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I'm hoping for. Because at the moment, I've been using timestamp. Nobody's ever heard of it. Whenever I mention it on the forums and that, nobody's heard of the timestamp.
What do you say? A pig stand? What's it called?
Timestamp.
Timestamp.
Basically, what it is it's a camera app, and you can put a stamp on. You can have the date, you can have the date,
Okay.
month, you can have all these different stamps on your video. I don't use any of them, but the fact is, it's got a reversible camera, so you can walk along, you can reverse it.
Very clever.
So
Very clever.
it's quite handy, you know. Or because I don't like the Blackmagic app, everybody raves about it. It just doesn't work for me. There's
No.
too many settings and that. Right pain in the backside. So I don't like
If
it.
you want to use a manual settings, then Blackmagic's the one to go to. I can actually connect the Blackmagic app to my cloud storage, and it will
Right.
automatically send a proxy version to the cloud storage whilst I'm recording, so that my
That's
editor can start editing before I'm finished.
You are your editor, though.
I tell you what, I've got this thing. In fact, it's coming up for renewal, and I got this Black Friday deal for this software it's used by Hollywood now, right? So it was right in the beginning, and I went and I got a Black Friday deal for 3 seats for €107 a year. Okay, so I've got
Alright.
3 seats, €107 a year, and it's now €450 a seat
Wow.
minimum.
Wow.
But they
that's
still,
quite expensive.
as long as I don't cancel it,
Yeah.
they still do that. So it's like €9 a month, right? So I've got to pay this, even though I only use it very rarely now. I used to use it for transferring videos from Webby when he was doing the sports roundup, the live show. So all his the Webby what they call roving reporters would send their live feeds to me, and I'd get them
Right.
together and I'd play them then on the live feed. But I don't do that now, so I only use it for I use it for Michael, McMaster, and a couple of other people where I'm transferring files for them. So if anybody wants to send me something, if they want an edit where they say, Tim, I just fancy this bit, if you can cut me out and put this in the background, I'll do that for you. And I'll,
Good.
but yeah, this the Blackmagic, it's made by Blackmagic. Oh no, Blackmagic connects to this, and then you can actually film something, and your editor can edit it before you finish it.
That's handy. That's very handy. I'll tell you the other thing I bought from Germany, from Groupman or someone, is a windsock for the iPhone, because one like I said beforehand, we didn't use mics. We never ever needed them. But now when it is windy, as you know, any microphone in the wind, you can maybe cannot even feel the wind or hear it, but a microphone will pick it up. Exactly. Aye. Well, I've got a one order that's going to go over the end of the iPhone 16. So if we're just walking around Tenerife, which can be quite breezy, we can just put the big sock on and try that. So that may work. The other option, of course, is
get
to
a
just
DJI
do what
Osmo Pocket 3.
Well, I could do that and all, but it's just too handy using my iPhone. With hindsight, I would have kept the iPhone 14, but I gave that to Julie and I've upgraded to the 16. If I'd known I was going to have these problems, I would have kept that. I would have bought the DJIs and I would have had no bother, and that would have done me. The other thing I could do is copy what the McMaster does and buy the Shure MV88. The only problem with that is he uses it on his Manfrotto, as you know, on the top, and whenever he's walking, he only videos himself. So you don't get too much shake. If he was to rotate the camera and just hold it like that, you would get too much shake. And I've thought about doing that, but that doesn't suit our style of vlogging. I know only new and that, but we have a style and it suits us and we like it.
The other thing you could do is just get a lapel mic with a long wire.
I nearly did that and all, but we need to hear Julie as well. I mean, she's not that interesting, but she'll be upstairs.
I'm lucky because I've only got Webby as an oppo, so he can shout from his house here. Let's have a quick look at the...
If these road mics don't work, then we're just going to have to use the one on the iPhone with a big sock on. Hope for the best. To be honest, the cheap ones I had were in Palma Nova last week, and when we were out and about, these cheap Yata ones I had, they were all right. They were a bit tinny, but they were okay. It was only when we were inside a restaurant and there was a lot of chatter going on around that they just became intolerable, you know. So that's why I went down the route of buying some more DJI 2s. And when we were on the Tyne Bridge yesterday, we just had problem. The volume went down and down and down. I did some more research when we got home, thought we'd sorted it, did a live from the back garden. It started off really well. The sound was really good because we watched it back last night afterwards. But then over time, it just started dipping and dipping and dipping the volume, which is what everyone online is saying happens. And then it started crackling.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. In the meantime, if the road doesn't work, in the meantime, just press the red button and do this, and that syncs up the audio. Record in 32-bit floats so you can get rid of everything. And then when you go into, in fact, LumaFusion does it automatically. It'll automatically sync up the audio, and I think Final Cut does it as well. So iMovie must be able to sync it up automatically. So look at auto sync, and then just record separately. You know.
I toyed with doing that. I toyed with recording internally into the transmitter, but that means doing a lot of work in post, and I didn't particularly want to do it. We're only in Palma Nova for 4 days, and we got 14 videos out while we're there, simply because I record, I bang everything into iMovie, I cut and shut, add some music, bit of talking over the top, bit of text, and upload it to YouTube. Out it goes. You know, we don't go for the. I know a lot of people say keep some of your vlogs and put out one a week or something like that. We don't think we're big enough as a channel to do that yet. We just need to get content out there, and we like to. It's just like to see the views go up.
You know, you're right. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe straight away.
Oh yes, do that. Yes. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll keep you posted on what happens and how I get on with the road mics. I'm hoping everything's going to be okay with them. If not, these things from Germany are going to take 2 weeks. Why, I don't know. But I'll try the big sock. like Billy Connolly's big slipper. I'm going to try the big sock, and we'll see if that works. But I just want a solution, because I keep to try and test these things. I keep going live, and I think people are getting sick of us now. Going out doing these experiments, and it just been a disaster. I think they just like the vlogs and want me to be able to get on with the vlogs, putting out decent quality stuff.
If anybody's starting vlogging today, I would say get the Pocket 3 and the DJI mics. You don't have to get the Creator.
Yeah, if I hadn't bought the iPhone 16, I would have done that. That was one of the options. But because I'd already invested over $1,000 in this new phone, it seemed like a bit of a backward step. I mean, still an option there. It's still an option to go about. When we're in Portmanova, I was in with Paz from Get Some Summer Paz,
Paul, yeah,
and he's got it, and it works really well. Works really, really well.
It works together.
I was a bit worried about it, but it looks good.
If you're recording and uploading, it's perfect. I mean, basically, on the road, if I'm recording and uploading, I've got the Pocket 3, I've got a SanData Pro card reader,
right,
with a what's it called? It's got a Thunderbolt thing, a Thunderbolt cable. So it's a really fast cable. So I've got the card reader and the cable. And what I did is I would plug my Thunderbolt hub. Can I show this? Here's Chris.
Can I see the chat here?
Oh.
No, I can't.
Hang on.
I know I should,
Oh.
I've just realised.
Preparing webcam. Is Chris coming back now? Let's just unplug. I've plugged her in. Oh, God. Webcam. Bang. Back in the room, hopefully. Is she here? I've killed Christina's microphone. What have I done here? Let's turn it off again. I didn't turn it off, that's what it was. I've killed Christina's camera. So I'm saying what fantastic is. Oh, because it's not plugged in, that's why. What an idiot. So it's 100% charged, yes. Turn it on. Webcam, 3, 2, 1. Preparing webcam, there it is.
There you go.
Just don't move it, is what we're saying. So this is my setup here. I don't know if you can see that.
Nope. Disappeared.
There it is. It's disappearing again, isn't it? Right, that's it.
Back.
Oh, no.
Oh.
We're at the end of the show anyway.
We're at the end of the show, yeah.
Oh. Julie's just came down and said, you better get off and give somebody else a chance. But yeah, I've taken up all your time. Sorry about that. I do apologise.
No.
But,
so
thanks very much for your help.
We've looked at QQs. Gonna walk Freaky Friday in November if it's okay. Can have link for that. If you want to book anything, it's timothydowd.com/events. And then let's have a last look at the thing. I hope everything goes well.
Cheers.
Oh, we all go down at the bottom here. But just to finish up on this, I would say that if you're serious about growing the channel, then there's nothing better than the Pocket 3, the mics you've already got. So you don't have to buy the creator kit. Just buy the Pocket 3. And what I'm trying to say was that if you're transferring it onto an iPad, all you need is a hub, a T7 from Samsung to hold the files, and your iPad on the other side, and you can transfer the files directly from not an iPad, the SanDisk Pro reader, and you can transfer directly from the card to the T7 without having to store it locally on your iPad.
Well, with Paul's, what it actually does is that whatever he films just gets transferred straight to his iPhone via the is it a Momo app or something?
Yeah, the Momo app. Yeah, you can do that as long as you got enough. Like as long as you've got enough on your storage on your phone, then there's no problem. Yeah, it's quite fast. In fact, if that's what you're doing, all you do is you record and then you turn your Mimo app on and say download it all, and it does it.
Yeah,
it's even got an editor built in.
I could end up doing that, but hopefully getting the road makes sorted for now. I've no doubt within a couple of months everything will be sorted anyway.
How much you paying for the road mic? $350 or something?
No, it was I just went for the minis for now because the guy said these will work, and it was only 130 quid. I thought, well, I paid 309 for the DJI, so I may as well give it a try. So
exactly.
I'll see what they're like, and I'll report back. Right, I better crack on now because I'm doing my taxes. So
yeah, we're gonna eat now. Anyway,
catch you later.
Michael's on at 8 o'clock. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, enjoy it.
Getting ready for the live, so don't forget to go and sort him out. Craig's put my link up. Thank you, Craig. Back on the chat says Tim, all the gear and no plug it in. Basil Faulty, tower moment, hand pink waving. Back off, now on again. On again, on again, on again, on again, on again, on again, on. Okay, everybody's telling me how bad I am. I'll tell you what, if you're stuck by the keyboard and you want to say how wrong I am, I have a wife that does that. Okay? I don't need you to tell me how wrong I am. I have a wife that does that. Off now. See Tina, living the dream, Craig, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think we've got everybody. I enjoyed the discussion. If it's something you like, then come on and discuss what you want to discuss. If you say, oh, it's too technical for me, then come on and tell me about your life, okay? You can't complain when somebody comes on and talks about themselves when you want to talk about yourself. There you go. So this is Tim, Christine, Dave, and my Adam Hussein is there, yeah? For Living with MS in Tenerife, signing off. Oh, Chris has gone again. I think my thing's run out of battery. You've been watching... So we're going to finish it here, and we'll see you on the next one. Let's do this one. There we go. Oh, and he's gone as well. Let's do this. They've gone as well. Let's do this. Andrew's live last night. We didn't do that one. Let's do this. There you go. Why is this here? I don't know why this is here. Does it go away at any point? There you go. So, ladles and jelly spoons, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. I don't know why Christina's camera finished there, but we'll see you on the next one.